Hey everybody! Welcome to Lacey's Place. Today I was thinking about explaining a little bit on beneficial bacteria. It's something that can be kind of confusing, and a lot of people are like, well, what exactly is beneficial bacteria? So I thought maybe we would break it down a little bit and try to help people who are new to the fish keeping hobby and people who would like to understand it better, give them a better idea on exactly what beneficial bacteria is. It is several different bacterias that consume products and then they produce waste, and the next bacteria consumes that and it produces waste. So I guess let's get on into it. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is get your aquarium, get you a filter going. I got a sponge filter. You can get you a hang on the back or a sponge, any kind of filtration. And go ahead and get you some kind of substrate along the bottom. And this one I chose to do the little rocks with the big rocks. And I filled the tank only halfway up. But this is just to show y'all an example. So I'd get my new aquarium. I'd come home, fill it up, wash out my sand or my stone, my little rocks. And then I would put them in my aquarium, fill the aquarium up, get your filter going. And then take a little bit of fish food. And drop in there. Now, I know you're probably thinking, well, why would you go ahead and start putting fish food in there? Well, here's the reason why. You want to start getting your beneficial bacteria to grow. And the first bacteria that you're going to want to start growing is your autotrophic bacteria. That's the bacteria that eats the fish poop, the decaying plants, the uneaten food, the dead fish, and the buildup on the filter pads, which in this case, we'll just say that's a brand new filter. And what the autotrophic bacteria does, it consumes all that leftover fish food and any waste and stuff in the aquarium, and it produces ammonia. So that's how you get your ammonia. And ammonia is the waste produced by the bacteria, autotrophic bacteria. So, ammonia is autotrophic bacteria's poop. It's a good way to look at it. And then once you've got ammonia going in your aquarium, your nitrous ammonia starts to grow. That's another bacteria. It is the bacteria that consumes the ammonia. And when it does that, it converts the ammonia into the nitrites. So nitrite is the waste that is produced by the bacteria nitrous ammonia. Alright, y'all got that? And here comes another bacteria. All of these bacteria are a part of your beneficial bacteria. These are the groups of them. Then you have Nitrobacter. Nitrobacter bacteria starts to grow, and it consumes the nitrites, and it converts the nitrites into nitrates. So nitrate is the waste produced by the bacteria Nitrobacter. Autotrophic bacteria consumes all your waste and produces ammonia. Nitrosamona bacteria consumes the ammonia and converts it into nitrites. Nitrobacter bacteria will start to grow, and it will consume the nitrites and convert them into nitrates. So that's how your beneficial bacteria cycle works. You have to start growing these bacteria that consume the dead matter in the aquarium, but those bacteria produce waste themselves. So there's more bacteria that grows, eats that waste, and it produces waste. And you got more bacteria that grows, it eats all that waste, and it produces waste. And in the end, you got nitrate. Now there are a couple ways that you can remove nitrates out of the water. You can do water changes, and you can add plants. There is a bacteria that will also consume the nitrates, but it does not grow in the environment that we have the fish in, because the bacteria that consumes nitrates grows in an environment that's deprived of oxygen. And there is simply too much oxygen in our aquariums for this bacteria to grow. So that's why we have to do the water changes and add plants to get rid of the nitrates that's in the water. Now they're only really harmful in high levels to the fish, but you still want to keep them out of the water by doing your water changes. So basically you just have to keep diluting them out. And the more plants that you have, the better of a chance that your nitrates will stay under control and you can do less water changes. A more simpler way of putting it is waste and decay in the aquarium grows bacteria, and the bacteria absorbs that, and you add plants to absorb the ones that the bacteria don't. That's as simple as I can put it. So I hope that helped though, because I mean, it can be confusing. It really can. And it takes a while to get it all figured out and to be able to understand exactly what it is, because we're not all biologists. So I'm just saying, I understand that it can be difficult. Anyway, that's enough of that. Let's get down to how to maintain and not kill your beneficial bacteria whenever you're doing water changes and things. Because your beneficial bacteria, the good stuff, grows on your surface area of the aquarium, on everything. It grows on rocks and the substrate, which here mine is sand. And you see how it's got all that nasty gunk down there? I'm going to clean that when I do a water change here in a minute. And I'm going to show y'all how I get all that gunk out of my sand without having to completely break everything down and take everything out. We can leave the fish in there and everything. And also, when I clean the sides of the aquarium, I got one of these not long ago in my aquarium box. And you just slide it back and forth like that, or do it up and down. And it gets the crud off the glass. Yeah, so see how there's, here we go. See there? It gets that stuff right off. Avoid that crawdad right there. But when I do that, I only do the face of the aquarium and the side. I don't do that back wall. I have snails in here and little fish that like to get the stuff off the back wall. And also, it doesn't hurt to grow algae in your aquarium. That's another way to filter out those nasty nitrates and ammonia. Okay, so I don't want these 3 globes in here. I don't like the way they look. So I'm going to get them out. But yeah, y'all see how clean that sand is? That's coming out of the siphon compared to over here. It's a big difference, like night and day. See there? Just move it around like that. Let your sand come up in the siphon and then lift up off of it. And it should go right back down. When I'm doing water changes and I've got the aquarium water coming out of the bottom of this into the sink, that's when I like to take my filters and give them a couple squeezes. And that's how I clean my filters out, with the aquarium water that's coming out of my python. Alright guys, now that we got the rocks put in place, we got a few hides made for the crawdads. Got a couple of them already in there. We got the glass cleaned off. And we're going to fill it back up and turn the filter on and see how it looks. I did not take out any of the rocks. I just added more rocks. And as you saw earlier, we just sifted through the sand and got all the crap out of it. And that's pretty much how you save your beneficial bacteria. I left all of it on the back walls and on the side wall over here. And I only cleaned the front wall and the other wall. The 2 viewing walls are the only things that got cleaned. And so now we can fill it back up and wait on the rest of the little floating debris to either be filtered or settle to the bottom. Alright, so there you go. You got it filled all up. Got the filters turned back on. And it's back to clear again. I think the crawdads enjoy the way we set it up. They're already using each little hideout under the rocks. So that's pretty cool. I've seen some fish underneath there as well. And that's pretty much how you do a rescape with your fish inside. Clean the tank and fill it back up and still maintain your beneficial bacteria. I hope y'all enjoyed watching. Y'all leave me a comment down in the comment section. Like always, have a wonderful day.